Young athletes getting cancer. Could the cause be the fields they play on?
CBS 2 investigator Dave Savini did some testing of the turf at fields where kids and adults are playing, and he's here with the results in this original report. Dave.
Rob and Marissa, small pieces of recycled tire rubber are used on indoor and outdoor fields throughout the city and suburbs. But is it safe? So you've been on the crutches for how long?
Since the surgery.
Teddy Shapiro, a Glenbrook North High School soccer player, wants to know whether little pieces of crumb rubber from recycled tires used on synthetic turf fields led to cancer in his pelvis.
It's a rare form of bone cancer called osteosarcoma. You know, I couldn't really move after the surgery, and pain was intense.
Shapiro played goalie since he was 8 on various crumb rubber fields in Northbrook, Highland Park, and Schaumburg. The crumbs are supposed to soften fields to reduce injuries, but at what price? He's had a decade of diving and sliding and exposing himself to chemicals in the rubber.
So you've had these pellets in your ears, nose, mouth?
Everywhere. You know, there are cuts, and it got in the cuts when I was diving.
A college soccer coach in Washington, Amy Griffin, has gathered information on at least 50 soccer players getting cancer, most of them goalies.
I believe that there are a lot of bad things in crumb rubber.
What was your reaction?
It's alarming, you know. Scared was the first thought.
The two investigators took samples from 2 fields, the Sports Zone in Aurora and one Shapiro once played on, Schaumburg Park District Sports Center. We asked a lab, Microtrace, to test the samples to see what chemicals were being released.
These peaks are consistent with benzothiazole.
Microtrace Vice President Dr. Chris Palaniuk gave us the results.
The major components were a benzothiazole compound and polyaromatic hydrocarbons.
And we know some of these chemicals do cause cancer, but
Dr. Robert Cohen from Northwestern Medicine says there's been a lack of significant long-term testing of crumb rubber to find out whether there is a health danger.
and that's, I think, the frightening thing is that we just don't have the information that we need.
Inadequate testing of products like this is a continual problem in the U.S., says Nancy Coles, who heads a watchdog group called Kids in Danger.
In Europe, you have to prove something is safe before you can use it. Often in the U.S. instead, you get to use it until it's proven unsafe.
It's all hard.
Both Julie Shapiro and her son Teddy say with no family history of cancer, they'd like to see further crumb rubber testing.
There should be more, I think, more done.
We need to protect these kids. We need to rule out anything that could harm them.
We only heard back from the Schaumburg Park District, which said their Risk Management Association advises them there are no health concerns, but they will continue to monitor this. The Synthetic Turf Council points to almost 60 studies indicating that crumb rubber is safe. But questions about the type of testing done has led schools or park districts in New York, Los Angeles, and Washington to either get rid of crumb rubber fields or ban new ones. The prognosis for Teddy, at least, is a good one because they got the 17-inch tumor out of him.
17-inch tumor.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
He's still going through chemotherapy.
You know, there's so many fields that use that crumb rubber, and that was the next thing. You were talking about preventing injury and that sort of thing, and you know,
thousands of fields have this, and they're hoping EPA or somebody does a long-term study.
All right.
That would help.
Fair
Thank you,
enough,
Dave.
Thanks.